Hello.
Hello.
Very lovely to be here. I'm so glad everyone else is here. So it looks like I'm going to read some poems, so let's just cut to the chase and get started, shall we? So, okay, mini introduction first. For the past 6 months, six-ish months, I've been working on this project called The 10 Greatest Poets. Hi, Stephen! And
10 Greatest Poets, hi, Stephen.
Who knows? Maybe, we'll see. So I pursued this project for 2 reasons. One, the information age seems to be completely obsessed with top 10s. And the second reason is a little bit more serious. I'm very fascinated with the notion of greatness and what that means and how you can kind of utilize that to challenge the canon of poetry. So this list is by no means definitive, and many people would probably agree that it's not accurate, but that is part of the fallacy of creating a top 10 list of anything. But the project has definitely been an exercise in voice and just trying to answer the question of what is greatness when it comes to poetry. So I'm going to read poems that came from this project in descending order from 10 to 1, and I will name the poet and then a brief quote that I think represents the poet and their place in poetic history. And then I will read my poem, which engages that poet in some sort of dialogue, be it a direct response to one of the poet's works or some sort of cut-up, cento, etc., etc. So, rock and roll. And 10 is the great Pablo Neruda. And before I read the poem, I just want to say I love reading love poems, and I really dislike writing them because, frankly, they make me want to vomit. But after reading a bunch of Pablo Neruda, the romance kind of rubs off on you. So, Pablo Neruda, who said, "Peace goes into the making of a poem as flour goes into the making of bread." Nocturnal. The pumpkin speaks of all the forgotten seasons and all the things she may never know. Softly she sings and longs for secrets closest to her ear, for these whispers speak louder than screams. I once carved my dreams into her skin and placed a candle where desires are born. She smiled at me, knowingly, because autumn is the ripest season for wishing. If only it was the eternal season, then I wouldn't sing with this burning trill of things unknown but longed for still. Yet I still have my gaze, and I will continue to gaze at you like the Duchess on the label of a Flemish brew, wishing for whispers and wild autumn nights, as my heart opens like a nocturnal flower. You can save applause till the end. It makes me feel awkward. But actually, it's all about freedom, so actually do whatever you want to do. 9, Lipo. When the hunter sets traps only for rabbits, tigers and dragons are left uncaught. Moonshine. Craterface woke up and needed some wine. It is dusk, and she is hungover from the night prior. She must be up soon, for she has a job to do. Provide the strange fruited moonshine. Only then can she gracefully rise with the all-knowing wink that admits fermentation and civilization are inseparable. 8. It is Dante. From a little spark may burst a flame. This is a cut-up. Autumn Song revisited after Dante Alighieri. Knowest thou not, at the fall of the leaf, in the morning of seasons comes a languid grief, where the only consistency in this place is drinking, and how sleep seems a goodly and fickle thing in autumn at the fall of the leaf. And how the swift beat of the brain can fool its hosts because it is in vain in autumn at the fall of the leaf, knowest thou not? And how the chief of joy seems not to suffer pain. Knowest thou not at the fall of the leaf, and how the heart feels like a dried sheaf, bound up at length for harvesting, and how death seems a comely thing, and how love seems a lonely thing in autumn at the fall of the leaf. 7 is Mr. Arthur Rampo. I turned silences and nights into words. What was unutterable I wrote down. I made the whirling world stand still. Borrowing. I arrived in San Francisco with a backpack of used books and tattered nylons not fit for dining. My sweater could not even bear the summer. That place you speak of, I've been there. Crimson carpets, cooked turmeric, cheap cigarettes. I once borrowed a white collared shirt that was smeared with cerulean watercolor. It made me look grown up. Slipping through the tavern doors, I picked up abandoned glasses and drank from them. I asked for a match, although I always had a lighter in my pocket. I never gave the shirt back. I found Bohemia on a rooftop where I would climb cold ladders to reach it. My young body was Chinese laundry at dawn. 6 is Mr. Walt Whitman, who said, "Whatever satisfies the soul is truth." Beer break. Because Walt Whitman would approve. Perpetual Lily. But this is, by the way, 10 years and 2 pages, only using 3-word sentences. And it was published in Stephen and Sarah's beautiful publication out of our magazine. Check it out if you have not already. The house broke. The lily wilted. I was 10, decade-long hair, missing front teeth, missing my dad, missing my home, missing myself, perpetually. That perpetual motion, like changing schools, like being ridiculed, like perpetual motion. Continuously and unendingly, mother was dependent, needed her fix, neglected her lilies, let them wilt, forgot to water, stole the sun, the lily bled, like perpetual motion, like the moon. I was 12, I was scared. Womanhood arrived unannounced. Mother was there, hasn't been since. Her presence uncharacteristic. Are you there? Never an answer. Where are you? I never knew. The lily grew. Painfully, she grew. I was 14. Mother married again. Lily bouquet flung. She let go. This came easy. Stepdad was bipolar. Mechanic he was. He too dependent. Needed his fix. Changed homes again. Changed schools again. Like perpetual motion, change became constant. Books became solace. Books silenced fistfights and drunk nights. Books were light. Lilies need light. The lily grew. Carefully she grew. I was 15, fell in love, head over heels, fell in love, found the beat, found the pen, fell in love. The lily blossomed. Slowly she blossomed. She nurtured herself and grew taller. Mother unlearned gardening. Mother learned madness. Mother hated husband, he hated her. Angry, he left without a goodbye. Alone she tried. Alone she failed. Cobwebs, crowded pantry, water, a luxury, read by candlelight. Lilies need water. Lilies need light. Rent is expensive. Habits are expensive. Couldn't afford both. Eviction came knocking. Garden became desert. Mother left California without a goodbye, packed her bags, changed her name. I was 16. I was divorced. An orphan lily, an empty garden. I was free. College crept close. I needed rebirth. Window flung open. Barbary coast bound. Followed the beat, inked my beliefs. I was 18, surrounded by sunflowers. Lilies need sun. I studied words, studied the page. Ink became verse. Shouting into seashells, I was heard. I was loved. Home is here. This is water. I am thirsty. We are each other's one word. We are perpetual. His crimson lily, he calls me, I am his. Crimson red hair, lily white skin, his crimson lily. Those don't exist. I know that. It doesn't matter. I like that. I am unique. Spawned from imagination, I am proud. The lily blooms. Proudly she blooms. Perpetually she blooms.